At the dining table, I dropped my chopsticks. When I bent down to pick them up, I saw my sister's foot stretched between my boyfriend's legs. She remarked, "Your current boyfriend is quite impressive." I'm satisfied. Later, she got involved with my boyfriend and said to me, "What can I do, Celeste Parker? It seems no man around you can resist me." I laughed and turned to embrace the man she had loved for 5 years. My sister broke up with my ex-boyfriend. We've been dating for a month. Isn't breaking up normal? Genevieve Parker said casually, as if she were merely deciding what to have for lunch. But when you sent me those intimate photos, you said it was true love and hoped I'd step aside for you. I sipped my coffee and glanced at Asher Bennett, who was still waiting outside in the heat, and sighed. Asher was the heartthrob of our department. Not only was he handsome, but he also excelled academically, and his family seemed quite affluent. His cool demeanor made him the ultimate campus idol. Many girls at our school were captivated by him, myself included. Though Asher was called my ex-boyfriend, technically he wasn't. I was just a placeholder to fend off other girls, and our relationship was publicly acknowledged only a day before Genevieve took him away. That night, Genevieve sent me several explicit photos. "I was interested in him because you were, but your choice in men is really poor. Your first boyfriend, and you picked this loser." Genevieve's tone was full of regret. I knew Genevieve wasn't truly interested in Asher, she just wanted to take everything I liked. Even if she eventually discarded it, she wouldn't let me have it. Since childhood, she was jealous that my presence took away our parents' love. So, anything I liked, she would find a way to take it. Toys I liked as a child, pretty dresses, and later, my boyfriends. My taste wasn't great before, but this time, I found someone truly exceptional. My eyes sparkled with admiration. Genevieve looked intrigued. "Really? I don't quite believe this high quality you're talking about. When are you going to introduce him? He'll come to pick me up soon." As I spoke, I saw Milo Everett's figure at the entrance of the cafe. I smiled. "There, that's my boyfriend." He wore a black t-shirt, tall and handsome, with a silver necklace around his neck. One hand was in his pocket, exuding a relaxed, carefree attitude. Compared to Asher, this kind of man seemed hard to control. I was enamored with such men, and Genevieve was too. She loved making all kinds of men fall for her, especially taking my men. I saw Genevieve's eyes light up as she sized Milo up with a knowing smirk. I knew that expression too well. She had found her target. The more nonchalant a man is, the more it ignites a woman's desire to conquer. Seeing Milo's eyes fixed solely on me since he entered, Genevieve became even more excited. I frowned in displeasure. The reason I dared to bring Milo to Genevieve was that I trusted him. I've known him for 2 years, and he's never been the type to be swayed by beauty. In terms of emotions, he's a very devoted man. But looking at Genevieve's alluring eyes, I felt unsure. Genevieve knew how to handle men, like Asher, who was so cool at school but lost himself with her. I held Milo's hand, and he smiled at me warmly. I was confident I wouldn't misjudge him. Before leaving, Genevieve's eyes were fixed on Milo. I watched Milo's expression. He acted as if Genevieve wasn't even there, fully focused on me. After leaving the cafe, I accompanied Milo to the playground. He had plans to play basketball with friends, and I held his jacket, sitting on the sidelines. Milo had a unique masculine charm, distinct from Asher's. He was spirited and carefree like the sun in June, delightful to be around. Being with Milo was something I had deliberately planned. On the first day of school, I noticed him. He had seen a guy take advantage of a girl in the crowd and pinned him to the ground, beating him up. I still remember him in a black tank top, a silver necklace around his neck, a jacket draped over one shoulder, walking past me indifferently. My first impression of him was that he was carefree, with a roguish charm that deeply attracted me. Genevieve taught me that such men are harder to pursue. Persistence doesn't work, it's all about the method. Throughout freshman year, I didn't make aggressive moves but tried to make myself familiar to him. In sophomore year, I began messaging him more, occasionally asking him out. To understand his likes, I did a lot of research. Gradually, our chats increased, almost becoming a daily good morning and good night, full of flirtation, just a step away from a relationship. Agreeing to be Asher's fake girlfriend as a shield broke through that barrier. That night, Milo, eyes red, pinned me against a wall, asking why I was with another man. I knew my strategy of playing hard to get worked. After Genevieve swiped Asher away, I naturally got together with Milo. He was an excellent boyfriend. Over the past month, he perfected the boyfriend role. Even my roommates said they never expected someone like Milo to love so deeply. I trusted Milo's feelings for me, but I didn't know if he could resist Genevieve's seductive and mature allure. Cheers erupted around us as Milo scored another basket. After the final shot, he walked toward me, the sun casting a golden glow around his smile. Milo ruffled my hair and asked, "Bored from waiting? I'll take you out for something tasty." I looked up and smiled brightly at him. "Sure." He held my hand as we walked along the track's edge, warm light enveloping us. I could feel the gentle pressure of his hand holding mine. I wished this moment could last forever. As I anticipated, Genevieve eventually made her move. Recently, Genevieve's visits to our school increased noticeably. Milo always picked me up at the dorm, and we had breakfast, attended classes, and went on dates together. But several times, I found Genevieve waiting with Milo downstairs. From a distance, Genevieve smiled brightly, and though Milo seemed indifferent, he'd occasionally respond to her. Genevieve acted like she belonged, inserting herself into our world. One day, Genevieve invited me to dinner, specifically asking me to bring Milo. I knew her intentions, but I still brought Milo along. When we arrived, Genevieve was already waiting in a private room. She seemed dressed to impress, with exquisite makeup. Her wavy hair cascaded over her shoulders, and she wore a tight red miniskirt. Her long, white legs were eye-catching, and the low neckline revealed her ample cleavage. Such obvious intention intentions? I brought Milo with a hidden agenda. I wanted to see if he could withstand Genevieve's allure. Milo, I heard you're great at basketball. Can you teach me sometime? Genevieve's voice was soft and sweet. Milo replied indifferently, if you really want to learn, you can hire a coach. Genevieve wasn't pleased with Milo's attitude but seemed even more intrigued. Why bother with a coach? You're my sister's boyfriend. I can just ask you. I stirred my soup and heard Milo's cold voice beside me. You know I'm your sister's boyfriend, so let's avoid any misunderstandings. Watching Genevieve's face pale slightly, I almost burst out laughing. Genevieve rarely fails with men. This was probably her second time, the first being 5 years ago. Perhaps I was too obvious in my amusement, as Genevieve rolled her eyes at me. I let go of my spoon and said, oops, I dropped my chopsticks. As I bent down to pick them up, they didn't have time to react, and I saw Genevieve's foot hadn't been retracted. Yes, just now, without my knowledge, Genevieve had extended her foot towards Milo, even between his legs. Milo didn't refuse. Was it because he didn't have time, or did he not want to? I was feeling a bit overwhelmed. We finished dinner with mixed emotions. Milo Everett stepped out to take a call, and I waited for her at the door. Genevieve Parker came out after paying the bill and looked at me.